Has anyone ever seen the Olympic ceremonies before? And the winner, what's the highest award in the Olympics? The gold, right now. And they stand on that pedestal and they hear the national anthem play. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful ceremony. And I started thinking this summer, what if we honored love the way we honor sport? Like, what if in our society we gave gold medals out to people, not who run the fastest or lift the most weights or shoot the most points, but who love the most? What if when you came home from school, the first thing your parents asked is not what are your grades, but how much did you love today? How kind were you today? How did you fail and how did you grow from that failure? What if instead of your parents buying you private coaches for sports or private tutors for academics, we brought you personal coaches to be a more loving human being? And I want you all to know what it feels like to be a gold medalist, but in love. One of my favorite gold medalists, was on my shirt right here? Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest of all time. This is back from the 2008 Olympics, what was called the Redeem Team. My favorite coach, Mike Krzyzewski of Duke fame, and called Coach K and Kobe were on the Redeem Team because the USA had not won gold in a long time. And here we are. I remember I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch this game. I followed the team so closely. We're playing Spain. It's this fourth quarter, and we're only up by 2. It's not looking that great. Coach K calls a timeout. I think it's the first of the whole tournament. And after that timeout, this guy right here, Kobe Bryant, either scored or assisted in the next 13 points. And when the game was kind of in question, Kobe's at the three-point line. He jabs off 2 guys. Boom. Holds the three-pointer. Makes it, gets fouled. And before he goes to the free line for an and one, he does this to the whole crowd. And as Kobe's doing this, you see the entire Team USA is on their feet. Their confidence is invigorated and elevated. And you can tell Kobe just told the whole world, USA is back. We're gold. Deal with it. What does this mean? Finger on the lips. Hush. Shut your mouth. Kobe turned the critics into crickets. The place went silent. Kobe Bryant, who's known when the pressure is the highest, he performs the greatest. And he was asked one time, Kobe, how do you do it? How are you able to take these big-time shots? And Kobe said one word, love. And no one loved the game like Kobe. Love. He said, when you know you're loved no matter what, you're not afraid of outcomes anymore. So we're doing the opposite. Parents do the opposite to our children. We have kids paralyzed by fear, paralyzed by these moments, high anxiety. What if I miss? What if I lose? What if I don't perform? And Kobe said what we all need to do as leaders is to wrap up our kids in that security blanket of love. And let them know make or miss doesn't matter. Love yourself so much, you have the courage to take the shot. That's how you become a gold medalist. You know, my low-style varsity basketball teams, we have a lot of different signals to run plays. But I always told my guys, here's the most important play signal there is. 3 fingers. What does this mean? It means I love you in sign language. And I told our guys, anytime you're getting down in the game, it's getting tight, it's tense, anytime in your life you're starting to worry, you're down, having anxiety, show a teammate this. Let them know I love you. No matter what, you're loved. Fear says on my outcomes. Love says I am what I overcome. And so I thought this summer, how can I get this message across to you guys? How can I teach you how to love first? How to gold medal in love? How to be like Kobe Bryant and know when fear starts to creep in, when haters are talking, just go shh, with 3 fingers. Shh. Because love has conquered fear. Love has conquered death. Through love you can live forever. The love you give away continues when your life can't. Why do we love Kobe so much? Not because of the championships, not because of the gold medals or even the Oscar. We love Kobe because Kobe Bryant taught us how to love something more. Whether it's basketball or business or writing or making movies or being a girl dad or a girl uncle in my case. He taught us to devote ourselves to perpetual individual improvement. Never ceasing, trying to be better in some way. To love yourself so much and love something so much, all you can do is improve. It's bigger than basketball. And so, This summer I was watching the 2021 Olympics. It didn't have the same kind of vibe and feel. Even though USA won in basketball, it didn't feel the same. Something was missing. The devotion, that love. So I said, how can I help this year? You've been gone for COVID, become a redeem team. How can you be my redeem team? How can I be like Coach Krzyzewski and Kobe and help you guys feel more loved? I said, you know what? I want to give away medals. I'm going to give away gold medals that say love first on it. And love first means not only do you love the competition, trying to be first, your very best, but love first means you're going to be the first person to love. You're going to have the temerity and the audacity to say I love you first in every relationship. You're going to have the courage to say I love you and not need I love you too back. Love is unconditional. Most of us have never experienced love. We've experienced manipulation disguised as love. Love does not say I love you when, if, or only. Love says I love you now, always, no matter what. I'll love you even after you harm me and hurt me. That's tough. But so is winning a gold medal. It's not easy to love those that don't like you. It's not easy to love those who are mean to you or make fun of you or mock you. It's not easy to love yourself every day either. But nothing easy makes you better. Loving others is not always going to improve them. Loving others is always going to improve you, though. And so every day I ask myself, hey, Steve, would you gold medal in love today? Would you gold medal in the love you gave away today? And if you all can answer yes most days, you're going to have a very, very impactful life. And impact is how we gain immortality. Kobe's immortal. Not because he can do this, because he taught us how to do this. How to silence our self-doubts, how to hush the haters, and how to love first. How to gold medal in love. And when you love that large, you're going to become a tier. People say, I don't know you personally, but you made me a better person. I don't know Kobe personally, but it made me a better person. And let me try to show you how you can be a better person today too, by loving first, by gold medaling in love. Many, many years ago, I had a student in my class, a sophomore. He shared an essay he wrote in class. He was on the track team as a sophomore, and he said he felt like a loser because he went the whole year and never won a gold medal, never won first. So that night, I went to the party, sitting on those big plastic fake medals to take first place on it. Wrote him a handwritten letter, basically saying, dude, you're more than a medal. The only medal you need to gold medal in is love. You're not a failure. You're not a loser. Experience doesn't make you better. Reflection on experiences. Reflect back on why you didn't win first. Train harder. Train better. Hold this medal in your hand and visualize the real medal I guarantee you're going to get before you graduate. I believe in you. I told him about Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World and said, don't just build yourself up, elevate your teammates. Mr. Feeney said, the last words of this class was, do good. He goes, don't you mean do well? He goes, no, I mean do good. Do well means what you're doing for you. Do good means the love you're giving away to other people. And I said, learn to gold medal in love. I believe in you. And I gave it to him. I never thought of it again. I do those things all the time. Every day I do some kind of act like that. 3 years go by. I totally forgot about the medal I gave this kid. He's a senior at this high school. His English teacher gives me his essay he wrote about me in her class. And he tells a story about how senior year, varsity track, his last race, boom, he finally won first place. Got his real gold medal. He thought he was so happy, so euphoric. And then he saw his teammate in the corner over there, sophomore, like he used to be crying. He goes, what's wrong, buddy? He says, I'm a loser. I never won one medal all year. And then he does the act that made him a champion. Because all of a sudden, I heard Steve Schultz's voice in my head. And the thing I coveted for 3 years, I took off. And I gave my medal away to that sophomore. And I put it around his neck. And then I took out that plastic medal that Mr. Schultz gave me 3 years ago. And I put it around my neck. And we took a photo together. I told that kid, you use this medal as visualization. You're going to get it one day. You're not a loser. Use it as fuel for future success. He said, the only way I knew how to love first like that is because Steve Schultz loved me first 3 years ago. And he said, I wanted to be champion twice that day. First, by doing well for myself and winning the race. And second, by doing good for others by giving my medal away. Can you gold medal in love by giving away your medals every day? By lowering your ego to the bottom of the teeter-totter and elevating others to the top of love and saying, you matter, you're important to me, how can I serve you, how can I love you, how can I make you feel better about being you today? Kind of love first. And go shh like Kobe when the noise of anxiety and doubt gets too loud. Because love extinguishes it all. And so this summer I said, I'm going to make medals for all my kids. How am I going to do it? This is where leadership comes in. Leadership is not about what you can do by yourself, but combining the talents of other people and bringing them together and building a team of love. And all of a sudden, I got a little hand drawing. I said, you know what? I want to have a teeter-totter on top, my logo. I want to have the side of the bezel be like my favorite Rolex design, the fluted bezel of a Rolex. I want to have love first embossed on it, and some of my phrases like you went within on it. And I sent it out to one of my former players who I taught 17 years ago. He's a graphic designer. I said, Alan, can you make this into a design for me? He goes, no problem, Coach. I got you. And he designed this logo that's on your bookmark I gave you today, this metal logo. But how do I go from a logo now to an actual medal? So I tried to call a bunch of metal companies, and all we're charging like $5,000 to get 200 medals made. That's too much. So I went on my Facebook, Instagram. Does anyone know manufacturers that can make these medals for me cheaper so I can give them away to my kids? I only got one response. Just one. Sometimes one is all you need. There's a former student of mine named Mitchell who I had 7 years ago in this class. He said, Schultz, the way I do for my business every day, I do it manufacturers. I got you. And every day for a week, we called different companies, and we finalized a company. I was they were going to make this medal right here around my neck for $1,000. Saved me a lot of money. Still an expensive gift to give out to kids, but I was willing to do it because love matters that much. I want to try and make a difference in the world. He goes, FaceTime me on this day, and I'll help you wire the money to the company. No problem. I FaceTime him. We talked for about a minute, and all of a sudden, 2 more faces come on the FaceTime. I go, what are you guys doing here? And there was 2 other former students, Mason and Dylan, who have become business partners and who have become friends with me. I've known them since they graduated. We hung out before. I go, what are you guys doing on the FaceTime? I didn't know you could have a group FaceTime. I said, well, Mitchell told us what you want to do with these medals. And we want to help out. And so we paid for all of them. I said, what? We got it. You're taken care of. Well, are you serious? Why? We're just doing what you taught us to do. You taught us how to love first. We're just gold medaling in love. We're giving back to kids like you gave to us. Every day in our lives, the lessons of love are still with us. So we're just doing what you taught us. It's already been paid for. The whole point of this phone conversation was to let you know what we did. And I couldn't believe it. The entire message I'm trying to teach these medals came to life while creating these medals. And I didn't achieve it alone. A former player from 17 years ago, a former student from 7 years ago, and 2 former students from 10 years ago all combined their talents together to make this thing. It was a thought in my head, now a thing in my hand around my neck. And all year long, I'm watching you guys. I'm looking who to give these medals out to. Who are people that are gold medaling in love today? Who are teeter-totter leaders who are elevating others and doing good, not just doing well for themselves. Hope you guys rise up to the occasion. When I thought about this idea of we all can be more, and we all can do more. And going back to Kobe, and being that little kid that watched that gold medal game in 2008, and after the game was over, I watched my coaching idol, Mike Krzyzewski. They didn't give out medals to coaches. And I watched Kobe Bryant lead the rest of the Team USA and walk over to Mike Krzyzewski, and they all put their gold medal around Coach K's neck to say, you did it too, Coach. We're not here without you. We're not here without you. And I hung up that phone with a FaceTime, the best FaceTime of my life, and I looked up to the photo hanging on my wall, and it was Kobe Bryant with his arm around me. When you gold medal in love, people are going to say, I didn't know you personally, but you made me a better person. Kobe Bryant, I didn't know him personally, but he made me a better person. Not because he was a great basketball player, because he taught us how to love greater, someone and something. He's known for making those big game shots. But what he taught us how to do is take our own shot. Take a shot. It's scary to love. It's scary to love first. It's scary to say I love you, not knowing if you're ever going to get it back. It's scary to love those who are mean to you. It's scary to be kind to unkind people. But you love no matter what. When you gold medal in love, you're going to change the world. And I hope you all know how it feels like to be up here, not just because you did well for yourself, but because you gave your medals away to others and did good by loving first. I love you all big, giant much. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other.